governor, there's been some politics about it. But when I look at the process, if you look at the rule of law, the Constitution provides for means in which you can impeach a governor. You must gather yourselves together, agree to the notice or the allegations. The Speaker must cause within 7 days a notice to be served on the governor or president or whosoever matters.
That's right.
You cannot suo moto on your own. If the governor is tactical and he avoids service, you cannot suo moto on your own go to the press. That's a substituted service. Neither can you go and paste it on his door. Impeachment proceedings, it's a process.
They're very clear, aren't they?
Very clear.
Very clear.
After the 7 days, he has 14 days
To respond.
to respond, and you also set up a panel.
So
The
it-
panel has 3 months. You see,
So it's a long process.
Very
the-
long
the-
process. Exactly.
putting up ingredients of a stew does not make it a stew.
In any case.
In any case,
That's right.
we must note that. I want to eat eba. If you do not boil water and pour the gari in and stir, it's not yet eba. It's a very technical thing that people should learn from Ladoja's case. Now, if we look at the political scenario, I would have thought that the Adamawa's man, despite the fact that he defected to APC, had the backing of his people. You would have seen a total disconnection. I wondered, somebody who defected to another party, you haven't gathered all your members of the House of Assembly. That's an error, computer error. Now nobody is there for you. From what the people in the state are saying, he had it all on his own.
Nepotism.
The issue of gross misconduct too, for basis of impeachment, is also very wide. It must be for breach of the Constitution. But there's still a saving grace. Now where you would see that there's Bollywood playing in Adamawa comes to the issue of the deputy governor. The provision of the Constitution is that the deputy governor's resignation must be handed over to the governor. How?
Not to the House.
Not to the Speaker. I want to see the abracadabra they would play in the resignation of the deputy governor. Probably they will say he resigned at the point he was made the governor instantly. But there is a vacuum, and this goes clearly to show that this is drama and coming into effect of 2015. That is just its simplicity. 2015, I want to remain in government, support me or fall out. That's just what is happening in Nigeria and our democracy. I begin to fear. At times I sit down my quiet time and I ask myself, what is the difference between late Sani Abacha, General Obasanjo, and Goodluck Jonathan?
He's a general. He's a commander.
You know, there's so many similarities. And it all boils down, power corrupts. But if the people can come together, we're going gradually into it. People are standing up. They are waking up to their rights. A governor that is a governor that you are not connected to your people is an error. A governor that is a governor that doesn't care about the low class or the masses is an error. Okay. A governor that brings policies that is just technocrats, without the politicians, the technocrats will not be there to save you.
Okay.
I thought I should
Honorable
add a
Kwara,
voice
I'm
to your
sorry.
question.
I'm sorry, Honorable Kwara. What is the state in your state right now after those 2 days of protestations, what is your state like now? Is there peace? What has happened to the governor?
Well, the governor is very healthy, sound and healthy, very confident of himself, going about his legitimate duties. He has the backing of his people. He has nothing to worry. He's not nervous.
Are you implying that, as reported by some newspapers, he has not shifted base to Abuja?
No. You see, going to Abuja is a routine, not only to my own governor. Most governors go to Abuja. They have their routine activities. Like I said, in fact, the governor was supposed to be in Abuja hitherto before this development, but he had to receive Mr. President on a one-day state visit. It was during Mr. President's one-day state visit that the conspiracy of sitting down, very specially in the State House of Assembly, and to serve the governor with an impeachment notice, started.
Which he is yet to receive.
Which is yet to receive. And that notwithstanding, that same day the governor was to proceed to Abuja, we said, no, you hold on, because certainly people will be coming on solidarity, there will be reactions, this and that, because it has taken everybody aback, you remain. By Tuesday morning, he had to go to Abuja to meet up with some other exigencies of his official commitments. That's absolutely it. In fact, some newspapers, which I find very amazing, or some people, which I find very amazing, went to the extent of saying that His Excellency, the Governor of Nassarawa State, has gone to Abuja to plead with Mr. President. Far, far, far away from it. Never. That is what my governor will never do. Because my governor is a very outright person. He knows his person. He's confident. He has the people within. No two ways about it. He will have no basis to beg. Begging means he has skeleton in his cupboard.
Yeah.
But everything is open for everybody to see. He has made prudent management of public resources, transparency and accountability, the fulcrum of his own administration from onset. So how dare? What for?
So what is the mood in the state
Well,
right now?
Now, the people, to be very honest, the people are really very restive. Restive in the sense that they are willing to protect and defend their hard-earned mandate. You only need to understand this. The PDP ruled Nassarawa State for 12 good years and nothing to show for it. That is why they decided to effect a change themselves. Effecting a change in a political party that was newly registered and unknown in Nigeria, and happens to be the only political party that produced a governor in Nigeria, the CPC. Now you want to use the instrumentality of the federal authorities and then return the PDP back to power? The same PDP that has enslaved the people of Nassarawa State, the same people of Nassarawa State that have liberated themselves? Certainly it is impossible. That was what made the people to respond. That was a spontaneous reaction of the people to this allegation.
Let me gain some clarity from what you're saying. Is there any link between the visit of Mr. President to Nassarawa State and the timing of the members of PDP, 20 of them, in the State Assembly, who decided to put a letter out saying that we're starting an impeachment procedure?
Absolutely, it will be very difficult to rule out that. Why? Because the president is of the PDP extraction, though he is the symbol of our national sovereignty. He came to Nassarawa State on a state visit. The Speaker of the State House of Assembly, who is a head of an arm of an institute, of government, was not there to receive Mr. President. In fact, scheduled to be part of the first 10 that will receive Mr. President as he disembarks from his aircraft. The 20 members of the State House of Assembly, all of them of the PDP extraction, that are supposed to be there to receive the president, who belongs to their own political party, were not there. And look at how it went, the drama. They were all out of the state. They moved in a convoy, all of them, straight to the State House of Assembly. Within 5 minutes they sat, and before you know it, they also drove out in the same convoy and pronounced what they did and they left. As I talk to you now, none of them is in the state. So how do you disconnect this conspiracy from the Abuja authorities? That's the question.
Okay, maybe let me ask Tijani Sulaiman. When you hear something like that, this is northern part of Nigeria, and this is happening, and this is the same region that one, we have insecurity. Two, we have a level of issues of not just insecurity, but issues of education, infrastructure development, and